let's check our homework. Okay.
Okay.
All right. So you know the homework was to write your opinion about the security cameras, right? Who would like to go first, Yasmin or Jackie?
Jasmine.
All right,
No work.
Yasmin. What?
Teacher decide.
Let's see. The first person who can tell me a word with 7 letters is the winner. A word with 7 letters. Yeah, right. My God. Okay, who can tell me a word with 7 letters? If you can, the other person will go first. With 7 letters. Okay.
Anxious.
Anxious. Yes, anxious. Yasmin, you are first. You are first, my lady.
Okay. What do you think about security camera? Mm, I think it's necessary tool because if you have a security camera, you have evidence of any situation. Mm, yes, I think it's effective, but in this country, the laws and the punishment it's not applied to everyone. We have a lot of injustice.
Injustice. Yeah.
And summarizing this, the security camera is effective. It's told make a good job, but the rest depends from the authorities.
Very good. Very good. I like that explanation. Yes. So Yasmin, if you had your own house and extra money, would you put security cameras in your property?
Yes,
Yeah. Okay. I think I would too. Security cameras, a dog, and maybe a gun, for protection. Jackie, how about you? What do you say about the security cameras?
I think they are very useful. Well, Acapulco, it's really dangerous. So security cameras can be better to stay in order. And yeah,
Okay. Okay. Do you think they are effective?
yes.
Yes. All right. Very good. Now, in Acapulco, in our city, where do you normally see the security cameras?
Supermarket.
yes.
Supermarket? Yes. Where else?
Hotel,
Hotels? Yes.
banks.
Banks? Totally, totally. Okay, so supermarkets, hotels, banks. Do we have cameras on the street or no?
I think no.
No?
No.
Okay. Because in some places, they have cameras and everywhere, every corner, every inch of the street has a camera, right? Oh, I don't know if we have one here in Mexico, but I remember when I lived in the United States, there was a camera in the stoplight. You know, in the intersection of cars, there's a camera, and if you how can I say it? If you go or you pass on a red light, then the camera takes a picture of your license plate, and it sends the picture to the authorities, and the authorities they mail you a ticket, and then you need to go to court or you need to pay the fine. Do we have that here in Mexico? Maybe in Mexico City? Do you know?
Yes, in Mexico City is the,
Mexico City, right? They take pictures of your car when you cross the red light.
but no sirven. How do you say?
They don't work.
Yes.
Oh, and man, I remember I got many tickets because of that. You know, and they're very secretive. And the crazy thing is, they send you the ticket with the picture of your car. Like, oh my gosh, this is my truck and this is my head. It's really effective. And they take like $100 or $150. Like, damn. And then it messes your insurance. You have to pay more for insurance. It's all a business, but it's good. It helps you, you know, drive carefully. All right. So we are here on lesson C. Well, basically, basically, number one, conversation strategy, organizing your views. All right. In today's lesson of what day is it today? It's June
20.
what? The date,
10.
June 10, 2020. Our objective is one, organizing things we say. Okay, that's the first objective, organizing things we say. Two, using expressions like that's true, to show someone has a valid point. And everyone, we are on page 48. You are with me, Fernando. Touchstone 4, Unit 5, Lesson C. And I know you're like, why do you always write that? Well, it's because sometimes we get observed and the coordinator wants to see this in the lesson. Let's see, I hear somebody is here. Who is here? Oh, Ismael is here. What? It's early today. It's nice. Hello, Ismael. Welcome. Oh, one, conversation strategy, organizing your views. Imagine you are giving your view about something. In what order could you use these expressions to organize what you say? Okay, second, another thing is, and first of all, if you are organizing your views, what do you say first? Where's
Here's
the first expression?
all.
Yes, yes. First, you say first of all. Then
Second.
second. Very good. Another thing would be the third thing. So let me give you an example. I think green mole is the best food in the world. First of all, it's really healthy. It's made with chicken and vegetables and spices. Second, you can eat it with rice, tortillas, or tamales. Another thing is that it is good with when it's spicy or if it's sweet. All right, so I am organizing my ideas, getting everything together. I think security cameras are good. First of all, if the robbers see the cameras, maybe they won't steal. Second, they can record any accidents that happen outside your house. And the third thing is, well, you can see your family when they come to your house. All right? So I am organizing my ideas, organizing my views. And that is what we're going to practice today. So, can you read the instructions, please, Ismael?
Hello.
Can you read the instructions? Now listen.
Imagine your what? Okay. Now listen. What do Jane, who and Celia see of your cameras?
Very good. Thank you, Ismael. Listen, what do they think about security cameras? Do you think it's a good thing, a bad thing, an invasion of privacy? Listen.
Well, basically, 1. Conversation strategy. Organizing your views. A. Now listen. What do Jinho and Celia think of security cameras?
What do you think of all these security cameras they have now?
Well, basically, I'm in favor of them.
You are?
Yeah. I mean, for 2 reasons. First, they're like a deterrent. You're not going to commit a crime if you know you're being filmed on camera. And secondly, they help the police catch criminals.
Well, that's true. But on the other hand, don't you think they're a bit intrusive?
But if you're not doing anything wrong, what's the problem?
Well, that's a good point, but some people would say it's an invasion of privacy. Someone watching you all the time.
I guess. I must admit, I never thought of it that way.
Okay, so first let's talk about Jinho. He is the guy. He is the guy. What does he think about security cameras, Jackie?
It's an invasion of privacy.
Invasion of privacy, yes. So he doesn't like them, right? And Yasmin, what does Celia think about the security cameras? Yasmin? Okay, maybe she's having problems with the internet. Well, Jinho thinks they're a bit intrusive, and Celia says she is in favor of them. Do you remember that expression, I'm in favor of them? Jackie, what does that mean, to be in favor of something?
To support a person or something such as an idea or a
Yeah,
proposal.
exactly. So in this case, Celia, she supports the idea of security cameras. It's a good thing to have security cameras in her case, in her opinion. Okay, Notice how Celia organizes what she says by using expressions like these. Find the ones she uses. Oh, that dog. All right, so we can divide it into 5 different categories: giving main ideas, adding ideas, introducing a list, ordinal numbers, and numbers or letters. Okay? We have basically, the point is, the thing is, another thing is, there are 2 problems for 2 reasons. First of all, first, second of all, second, secondly, number one, one, two, A, B. Okay. Which of these expressions does Celia use in her conversation?
Basically,
Basically is the first one, yes. Well, basically, I'm in favor of them. That's true. Next,
first,
before that.
For 2 reasons.
2 reasons. I mean, yeah, I mean for 2 reasons. And then we have first, they're like a deterrent. You're not going to commit a crime if you know you're being filmed on camera. And secondly,
Secondly,
they help police catch criminals. Yes, yes. All right. So she's doing a good job. She's organizing her ideas really well. She's organizing her ideas really well. All right. And you can, you don't have to use all of these in your ideas or when you are expressing your views. For example, me, I never use A and B or 1 and 2. I say maybe basically, or the thing is, I love first of all. First of all is very common in the younger generation because it was a meme, a meme. First of all, it was a very popular meme like 2 years ago. So everybody was saying first of all, first of all, first of all. And second of all, or yeah. Those are my preferred expressions when I express my ideas. Now, I definitely recommend that you you know take 2 or 3 of these expressions, grab them and make them yours forever. All right? Make them yours. So let's do this. I want you to take 2 minutes, look at these expressions and think, which ones do you like the most? Okay, everybody's going to be different. Take 2 minutes. Which of these expressions do you like the most? Which ones can you remember forever? Take 2 minutes, and then you're going to share it with the class. All right. So, Yasmin, tell me, which expressions do you like?
Basically,
Basically for Yasmin. Okay, what else?
another thing is for two reasons.
Two reasons. Okay. Very good, very good. Jackie, which ones do you like?
First of all, and another thing is
And Ismael?
The point is, another thing is, and second of all.
Very good. So I want you to, write those expressions in a notebook. Okay? A little notebook. You write yours and I will write mine.
All expressions.
No, you're the ones that you like.
Um,
Yes, for example, I wrote basically the thing is first of all and second of all. Those are my favorite. All right, you ready?
yes.
Okay. You are going to use your expressions and other expressions for the next activity. This is the next activity. Have a conversation about security cameras, like the one above. Use these ideas for your own and organize what you say. Take turns arguing for and against. All right. So first of all, are you for security cameras or are you against security cameras? Yasmin and Jackie, I think you are for, but I don't know. Are you for security cameras? In favor of or
Yes,
against?
in favor.
And you, Ismail?
Oh,
Are you for security cameras or against security cameras?
the first.
First one, you're for security camera. Okay. I want you to write a little speech, about why you support or why you are in favor of security cameras. All right. For example, I'm going to pretend that I am against security cameras. Okay. So you can get an idea. All right. Hello, my name is Fernando, and I am against security cameras. All right. For two reasons. Basically, I think security cameras are an invasion of privacy. Okay, first, the government can watch you all the time. Okay, they can watch you all the time. And second, they're really expensive. They're a waste of money. And just because you have security cameras doesn't mean that you're going to stop the criminals. All right? Let me give you an example. The other day, in Plaza de la Tecnología at 2 p.m., a woman who was selling aguas frescas was murdered under the camera of Plaza de la Tecnología. And did anybody get arrested? Of course not. Nobody checked the security cameras. The police are scared. All right? So write like a little speech about why you are in favor of security cameras. All right? It is 5:11. In 10 minutes, no, in 6 minutes, I want you to share your speech. Okay?
10 minutes.
I say 6 because you will take 10 minutes. If I say 10, you will take 15.
Okay, 15.
All right, look, 10 minutes, all right? Because we had to finish the lesson. 10 minutes. At 5:20, we will begin with Jackie, all right? I'm gonna turn off my camera, but I will keep my audio on. Do you understand the instructions? Jackie, you understand?
Yes.
Good, good. minutes. Are you ready?
Yes.
Yasmin?
I think.
All right, Jackie, you are first. Tell us what you got.
Basically, the security cameras help the police solve crimes. Acapulco have a lot of crimes, so if we the president put security cameras in all the streets, Can it help to the police? Another thing is the crimes would be reduced.
Okay. I like it. I like it. Very good use of the expressions. And Miss Herrera?
I prefer security camera for two reasons. Basically, we use this door to care the house. You can see who enters and who leaves when you are not home, and you have evidence any situation. Another thing is you can identify another person. Extraños, how do you say?
Strangers. Strangers.
Stranger.
Very good. Very good. Yes. Now, what do you think about those those cameras that you put on your door? I don't know if you've seen them or maybe on the internet that they have a camera on the door and you can see the person when they are walking to your door. Do you know what I'm talking about? Or no?
Yes,
Yeah. Do you think those are good too?
yes.
Yeah. Yes. I think they're funny. You know, there's a lot of videos of, you know, people falling. I remember I saw a video of a little girl hitting her dad with her bat or something. It's really funny. Well, thank you. Let's go to the next page. All right. So again, Jackie, what were your preferred expressions?
Another thing is, and first of all,
All right. Another thing, first of all, and you, Yasmin?
Basically, how do you, what is the pronunciation?
Basically.
Basically,
Ah, that's perfect.
another thing is you for two reasons.
Yes. All right. That's a good point. You can use that's a good point and other expressions like these to show someone has a valid argument or a valid point, even if you don't completely agree. All right. That's true. You've got a point there. I never really thought of it that way. All right. Repeat after me. That's a good point.
That's a good
that's a
point.
good point.
That's a good point.
That's a good point.
That's true.
That's true.
That's true.
That's true. You've got a point there.
You've got a
You've got a
point.
point there.
I never really thought of it that way.
I never
I
really
really thought of
think that way.
that way.
Okay. In conversation, that's true is the second most common expression with that's after that's right. So that's right and that's true are the two most common expressions with that's. Okay, please remember that. 2A. Yasmin, read the instructions, please.
Write the response to these points of view using one of the expressions above and adding a different or an opposing view.
So basically, we're going to read, add an expression, and give a different perspective. All right. Let's look at number one, and I will help you with number two. People who speed should lose their licenses, I think. Speeding causes so many accidents. That's true, but I think they should also be made to take more driving lessons. All right? So this person says, you have a good point. That's true, but I think this. You know, you're given a different idea or a different view. It doesn't mean that you are against the person. No, it just means you have a different perspective. Okay? So, number 2, I think they should use metal detectors in all public buildings. That way, people wouldn't carry knives with them. All right? Do you understand that? Okay, so remember, first, you need to say a response. One of these expressions from here. Which one would you like to use, Jackie?
That's right.
That's right. But what can you say?
Teacher, what is metal detectors?
A metal detector is a little thing. The person has to walk under it, and it detects if you have metal on your body.
Yes.
They have it a lot in the Estrella de Oro in Mexico City.
Mental detector.
Yeah, a metal detector. Do you know what it is, Yasmin?
No.
No?
In Estrella de Oro.
Yes, they have a metal detector in Estrella de Oro in Mexico City, not in Acapulco. Oh, yes. Oh, no, not in Acapulco. Where's my phone so I can show you? Yes, have you been to Estrella de Oro in Mexico City? Yasmin?
Yeah.
Yeah, you know, you have to walk under a detector before you can get on the bus.
Yes.
Yes. All right. So this person said, I think they should use metal detectors in all public buildings. That way people want to carry the knives with them. All right, what do you think? That's right, but what is your opinion on this?
But it's uncomfortable. I don't know.
But it's uncomfortable? Okay, yes. Or you can say, that's right, but it's inconvenient. Or that's right, but it costs a lot of money. That's right, but sometimes people have um, oxygen tanks or other medical equipment, and maybe it is embarrassing, you know, things like that. All right, do 3 and 4 and 5 by yourself. Remember, use an expression and then give your perspective. Expression, perspective. All right, you have 3 minutes.
That's true, but some parents prefer punish children.
Very good. Number 4, Jackie, I don't think people should have to carry ID cards. I mean, what are they supposed to do if you go to the beach?
That's right, but it's a way to identify yourself.
Right? And number 5, Jackie, they should raise the legal age for driving to 20. There would be fewer accidents.
That's true, but the age is not a problem. Some drivers are irresponsible.
Very good, very sophisticated. Excellent. Thank you, thank you. Yasmin, what do you have for number 5?
I don't know. I don't have.
Have it? It's okay, it's okay. Well, let's go to the next exercise. 3, listening and speaking. Different points of view. Listen to the class debate. Answer the questions. Hopefully the audio plays. No, it's not. Thank you.
Page 49. 3. Listening and speaking. Different points of view. A. Listen to the class debate. Answer the questions.
All right. Which of these topics is the class discussing? Raising the age limit to get married? Sending dangerous drivers to prison? Banning cars from city areas? Or raising the legal age for driving? That is the first question. Number 2, what 2 arguments are given in favor of changing the law? Okay. Do you understand that question?
Yes.
Yes. And 3, what 2 arguments are given against changing the law? All right, let's begin. Listen carefully. I can only play it one time because it's a long audio.
Well, class, I was very pleased with your homework assignments on the question, should petty criminals be jailed or should they be given community service? You had some very interesting views on this subject. Good work. I'll hand out your homework at the end of this class and you can see your grades then. If you have any questions, please ask me after class. Now, did everyone prepare for today's debate? Remember, you had to consider the question, should the law be changed? Who would like to start the discussion?
I will.
Okay, Sam?
Well, I have pretty strong views about this because this law affects me. Well, it affects all of us here, really. And basically, I don't think the law should be changed. The main reason is that I live on the outskirts of town, about 15 miles from here, and public transportation isn't very regular. So for people like me, well, if the law were changed, then a lot of us wouldn't be able to get to school.
Okay, first, what is the topic about? No? Nothing? Okay.
That's a good point, Sam. Chelsea?
Well, I understand what you're saying, Sam, but most young people aren't responsible enough. I mean, statistics show that most accidents are caused by young people. I don't think we should be allowed to take our driving tests until we're at least 20 or 21. That way, more lives would be saved.
Well, that's a very valid view too, Chelsea. Bart, what do you think?
I agree with Chelsea, I think. Though on the other hand, I can see Sam's point of view too. But yeah, I think the law should be changed. For 2 reasons. For one, I've heard the same thing, that most accidents are caused by young people, especially when they're driving with their friends. I think they get distracted by their friends or start to show off or something, and then they get into an accident. And secondly, All those accidents mean increased insurance premiums for young people. I think it would be better for young people to wait until they're a little older before they start driving. And then we wouldn't have to pay so much for our insurance every month.
Yes, but I'm against raising the age limit for one reason alone. Simply that you can get married at 16, so why can't you drive? I mean, just because some 16-year-olds are irresponsible, that shouldn't mean that driving is banned for all young people. That's not fair.
That's true.
I have an idea. Maybe young people should be allowed to drive at 16, but they shouldn't be allowed to drive without an adult in the car until they're, say, 20 or something. That way, they'd probably be safe for when they're learning to drive and become better drivers, too.
Any other ideas, anyone? Yes, you...
What are they talking about?
You know, Jackie.
Ms. Flores?
Raising the legal age for driving.
Yes. Very good. That is exactly what they are talking about. And question. Did you answer number 2 and number 3 or no?
Maybe, I think.
Yes? What do you have, Yasmin, for number 2?
I am more accidents for young people.
Okay, what else?
Checking off.
Jackie,
No, I don't take notes.
you gonna take notes?
No.
Okay. What about for number 3, Yasmin? 2 arguments are given against changing the law.
No, nothing.
Nothing? All right, we're gonna listen to it one more time. Please take notes for number 2 and number 3.
Page 48. Lesson C. Well, page 49. 3. Listening and speaking. Different points of view. A. Listen to the class debate. Answer the questions.
Well, class, I was very pleased with your homework assignments on the question, should petty criminals be jailed or should they be given community service? You had some very interesting views on this subject. Good work. I'll hand out your homework at the end of this class and you can see your grades then. If you have any questions, please ask me after class. Now, did everyone prepare for today's debate? Remember, you had to consider the question, should the law be changed? Who would like to start the discussion?
I will.
Okay, Sam?
Well, I have pretty strong views about this because this law affects me. Well, it affects all of us here, really. And basically, I don't think the law should be changed. The main reason is that I live on the outskirts of town, about 15 miles from here, and public transportation isn't very regular. So for people like me, well, if the law were changed, then a lot of us wouldn't be able to get to school.
That's a good point, Sam. Chelsea?
Well, I understand what you're saying, Sam, but most young people aren't responsible enough. I mean, statistics show that most accidents are caused by young people. I don't think we should be allowed to take our driving tests until we're at least 20 or 21. That way, more lives would be saved.
Well, that's a very valid view too, Chelsea. Bart, what do you think?
I agree with Chelsea, I think. Though on the other hand, I can see Sam's point of view too. But yeah, I think the law should be changed. For two reasons. For one, I've heard the same thing, that most accidents are caused by young people, especially when they're driving with their friends. I think they get distracted by their friends or start to show off or something, and then they get into an accident. And secondly, all those accidents mean increased insurance premiums for young people. I think it would be better for young people to wait until they're a little older before they start driving. And then we wouldn't have to pay so much for our insurance every month.
Yes, but I'm against raising the age limit for one reason alone. Simply that you can get married at 16, so why can't you drive? I mean, just because some 16-year-olds are irresponsible, that shouldn't mean that driving is banned for all young people. That's not fair.
That's true.
I have an idea. Maybe young people should be allowed to drive at 16, but they shouldn't be allowed to drive without an adult in the car until they're, say, 20 or something. That way, they'd probably be safer when they're learning to drive and become better drivers, too.
Any other ideas, anyone? Yes, you...
Now?
The teenagers can drive or should be drive with an adult.
Okay. Is that for or against?
Against.
Okay. You should be driving with an adult. Okay, what else? Yasmin?
I don't have idea.
No?
To learn better, to learn drive better.
Okay. Did they say that in the article? I mean, not an article, in the speech?
Yes,
Yeah?
yes.
So that for or against?
Against.
And well, another thing that is in favor of changing the law is that, you know, you can get married at 16. You know, so why not drive? One thing that is against it is that in some cities, there's no good public transportation. There's no good public transportation. Okay. And yeah, you know, I think about this all the time. Acapulco has a good transportation system, you know, in terms of getting you from point A to point B. Yes, maybe the transportation system pollutes the air, but you have many options. You have the acabus, you have colectivos, you have the urban, the big bus, the reggaeton bus, and you have the blue taxis. So yeah, you have many options, many options here in Acapulco. The transportation system is good to a certain degree. Obviously, in other cities like Mexico, it's better. But I mean, think about other places like Chilpancingo or Coyuca. You know, they have transportation, but they don't have a lot of options like here in Acapulco. So we are fortunate to have the transportation system. All right, and let's start. Let's have a little debate for 3 minutes. Okay, let's have a little debate. Should adult Mexican citizens be able to carry guns? Should adult Mexican citizens be able to carry guns?
What is citizen?
Citizens, a person born in the country. You are a Mexican citizen. I am a Mexican citizen. Donald Trump is an American citizen. That means you were born in that country. Okay? So take 1 minute to organize your ideas, and if it's possible, use the expressions from this lesson. You know, basically, first of all, second of all, another thing is, and when we compare our opinions, we can say that's right, or you got a good point, etc. Should adult Mexican citizens be able to carry guns? You have 1 minute to think. So, should adult Mexican citizens be able to carry guns? Yasmin?
Homework?
Do you want to do it for homework?
It's 5:59,
Oh, yeah, right.
but whatever you prefer.
Oh, that's true, that's true. Yes, do it for homework. Homework. Write your opinion on whether adult Mexican citizens should be allowed to carry guns. And pages 38 and 39 in the workbook. All right? Any questions?
No.
No? Yes. Well, that is all for today. How did you feel the lesson?
Easy.
Okay, okay. You Yasmin?
Okay.
It's okay. Only we have problems with the listening, right?
Yeah.
So, okay, okay, no problem, no problem. Well, I will see you tomorrow, okay? Have a good night, and we're gonna practice the listening more tomorrow. All right?
Okay. See
See you.
you.
Take care.